W5NGU.
Good afternoon. This is Kilo 5 Alpha Mike Tango. Name is Kelly, and I will be at Control Station for the digitally speaking. I want to thank everyone for tuning in this afternoon. Today's topic of conversation, I've been fiddling around on repeater book. So I'm going to talk about some of that I've found on repeater book and just that kind of stuff. And like to see where things go from there. Again, thank you everyone for again. I want to say reach out and say to Amateur Radio Association for allowing us to use repeater. You can find us on their 146.92 megahertz with a negative offset and a PL tone of 110.9. And the AllStar node, if you'd like to tune in that way, is 877. We're also on the K5 RWK repeater from the Richardson wireless. Frequency there is 137.120 megahertz with a positive and a PL tone of 1.10. And they're also node 47841. And the Aggies down at Texas A&M University, the W5A repeater system. We're on 3 repeaters for those guys. 146.82 megahertz is negative offset off PL tone of 0.5 and 10.9. And the AllStar node there is 49382. And that AllStar node gets to work. We sometimes get national visitors coming through that node. We're on 444.0 repeater. Positive offset with a PL tone of 88.5 and 110.9. And on the MR repeater, 441.3655. The positive offset. The DMR color code is 12, and the talk group ID 3167972. So thank you to those organizations for allowing us to use the repeaters at the 2 o'clock hour every afternoon. So a couple of activities that are coming up that I really mark your calendars for. Kit Challenge. This is one that's kind of special to the 8th annual Go Kit Challenge in 2026. Saturday, March 21st. This is a China event. It is from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We'll do around. We're going to be Tree Ranch Park in Highland Village, Texas. The address is 1310 Highland Road. There's 3 categories for Go Kit Challenge. There's the HF or People's Choice Award. There's for mobile units, and there's also a TNC category. Not for ages, but frequencies. It's specifically intended for the tech specialist who has just a VHF capability.
W5NU.
The other thing you need to mark your calendars for is the Texas State Parks on the Air. That is April 8th, starting at 7 p.m. Central Time to Sunday, April 19th at 7 p.m. Central Time. For all the information on that, to TSPOTA or TSPOTA, Texas on the TTA.org for all information related. Before we further, let's take a copy. Is there anyone who has a ham rating for their local club? Come now with your call sign. Go ahead.
To jump in real quick, Kelly, with you appending something to your kit announcement, I am holding an item that will be in the raffle at Go Kit. It is beautiful, and it is. Some of us seen the pictures of it, but yeah, I just went over and took possession of it and the trophies in the afternoon. And yeah, this is a nice item. AG5RGR.
KD4 announcement.
Okay, thanks for sharing that, Scott. I appreciate. Yep, we do have a donated item for a raffle, and we look forward to raffle that off at the Go Kit Challenge. They had an announcement. Come with your call sign again, please.
Afternoon, Kelly, 84, Chip and Richardson, and I just wanted to add to the list the Irving Ham from the Irving Amateur Radio Club. Irving Ham next Saturday, March 7th, and it will be as Matt the local attraction first Ham Fest of the season. So March 7th, Irving Ham Fest, K84.
Thank you, Chip. I appreciate you sharing that. And yeah, that's always a fun event. It's short when you got to get there early. They wrap up probably 3 o'clock afternoon. A lot of good purchase. A lot of people too. Just a great opportunity to socialize with other ham radio operators. Pick up some inexpensive ham radio gear. Have it tested. It works well. Just really good opportunities there. So everyone out. We'll set up out there for the Go Kit Challenge. It'll be eight tables share the Go Kit Challenge and the speaking net. So we look forward to seeing a lot of people out there. So they're sharing that. Does anyone else have a local ham radio related announcement they'd like to make? Come now with your call sign.
F5S.
F5RS. Bob, how are you doing, sir?
Well, Kelly, how about you?
I'm doing fantastic. It's good to hear your voice on board, Peter. What do you got for us today?
Well, everybody, we're talking about Ham Fest, coming DFW Expo will again be at the Vista Run Mall, but we've acquired a new space, TX Arena facility, which is the old Penny downstairs, and we're going to have close to 30,000 square feet.
That is yes. I went to a gun in that arena a couple of weeks ago, and I had heard that the contract had been signed and everything was good to go, and I was excited to see what you guys are going to be able to that facility. That is going to be an amazing ham fest, and I'm very much looking forward to it. So, give us those dates again, please.
The dates are June 12th and 13th. We're gonna put it up at noon on Friday. And quick stuff, early, and go through Saturday. How that goes, but room for tailgating out, big lot. So we're looking forward to it, and it's almost twice the square footage we've had before. So we're looking really excited, having a lot of room there for a lot more tables, et cetera. That is June 12th and 13th. Back to you.
Thank you very much. And I had an opportunity to meet with one of the owners of that facility, and it seems like a really good opportunity. I know he placed the air conditioners himself rather than waiting on the mall to take care of it. So for those the air conditioning issues with Amherst past, it's going to be an amazing event, and I'm so excited to see us moving the Ham Fest to this new area, so to speak. Anyway, thanks a lot, Bob. Anything else you want to share with us?
That's about it. But I thought I'd just jump in there since we're talking about the Ham Fest. I'll send it back to you, Kelly. AFR, back to Ned.
Thank you very much, Bob. I do appreciate that. Make sure that gets into the road on our announcements as well, because we want to make sure that we have an excellent turnout. It is going to be a great Hamfest this year. I'm very excited to see this happen. It's a good thing for everybody. So, all right, this is KC5 AM control for the digitally speaking net. Anybody else? Announcement, hammer related. Now, what's your call sign? Okay, nothing heard, so I'm going to let that ride a bit as far as announcements. But those are some good things, and I'm glad to have folks coming from the and sharing the things that are happening in their clubs and the Mets related to ham radio. So if you you would like to have announced on the air, which you can always just check into the net and let us know and make your announcement. But also you can send us an email at speaking at gmail.com, and we can add our calendar. So, all right. Let's see. So I was messing around repeater book earlier, and I just ran across some interesting things, and I thought, this is a good opportunity to talk about repeater book, the information we may find on my website, and maybe we'll see where the conversation goes from there.
W5NGU.
In the spirit of being digitally speaking, I looked to see cool because you can break down a website to the different modes that you can do ham radio. So it's okay. The way it started out, you go to repeaterbooks.com, and it asks you, do you want where do you want? North America is repeaters is top of the, and then click that. And then it pops up with a map of the United States, and you can click the state that you want. So if you want, I chose the state in the world, Texas, and to a page that says I can look for repeaters and look for repeat mode. I can look for based on the features have, like AllStar, Echo Link, IRNY, X. Then you have linked repeater network. There's some networks that works throughout the state where users are linked all through the state. And so you can click on that particular repeater link and see where that those linked repeaters are all connected. A little further down on that page, it's got emergency service repeaters. They're out doing storm spotting. You're out chasing, and you're not sure what the frequencies are in the area where you are. You click on emergency service repeaters, and it breaks it down. These RACES, Scott can warn, weather nets, and emergency power. You're looking for a specific Skywarn repeater in an area where you are. You click on that and narrow it down bar. So a little further down is recommended by highways. So if you traveling, so I know here in a couple of weeks I'm going to be traveling to Houston, so I want to click on the I-45 icon. See what repeaters are on between Dallas and Houston. So just a neat way to be able to research stuff. If you know you're going to be traveling to a particular city, you can on the city you can go further and repeaters listed by county, and then even further down is repeaters that are repeaters reviewed recently, or repeaters that need verification. And I found this one interesting. So the number of repeaters have not been updated last 2 years totaled 538 repeaters that the repeaters are in the database, but no one has checked on them or reviewed to make sure that all the information is still accurate. So here's me on my box. Those of you in leadership positions in clubs, or those of you who are repeater trustees, an opportunity to visit the repeater book site and go ahead and up your go ahead and update your information, make sure everything is current and up to date, and also let the other ham radios know that the information is current. Makes them more be in using your repeater. KJR from Net Control.
Net Control, KG5RJ.
Hey, could I get you to burn up the repeater for a couple of minutes for me?
I'm in traffic, mobile. That will what I can. One of the things that I was going to bring up while you were talking about this topic is something I discovered with this web is you can actually utilize it with RT systems, and you can actually plot a beginning location to a destination location, and then give it a distance on route as well as others that you're going to take along the route, and it will actually build a list for you. Now, granted, you have to pay for their plus service to not RT, but the websites, repeater books. You have to pay for the service to get it to work. But for me, if I'm traveling, that makes something extremely for being able to build a custom loadout radio that I want to take with me to go from point A to point A. One for the repeater. The real advantage of that is if you're traveling, you're not familiar with an area with a bunch of repeaters on it, you can set some specific waypoints that you know you're going to be going through, like say a location in Mississippi or a location through Alabama to coast. You can actually set these areas, and software will assist you in build something where you can have repeaters all along your route. Is that long enough, Kelly, or are you back? KG5RJ?
I am back, and I really appreciate you taking care of that for me. That's how things go sometimes. But it's almost if you were reading my. There are some that I was going to talk about as far as being able to create your own layers in your basically just importing directly out of repeater books. Thank you for sharing that. So one of the things that I did when I started messing around with this was come down to come down to a simple mode, and you can click on the particular mode that you're interested in. So if you're interested in Yaesu System Fusion, if you're interested in D-Star or DR, they even have a listing for 17, NXD, DN, and 25. So you can select mode if you're looking for a specific mode that you want to be involved in. So if you're experimenting with the M17 or you're experimenting 25 in the ham radio frequencies, you click on that and determine exactly which ones are available. So I did that, and here's what I found. So I'm going to start with P25 because that's kind of a route we don't hear much about. But here in the Metroplex in Dallas County, there are two 25 repeaters. Tarrant there are two P25ers, and here in county there is a P25 repeater. It is on the 920.125 frequency. I knew the Denton Club had a megahertz repeater. I did not read that it was the P25 system. So anyway, if you're experimenting with P25 and you have a 900 megahertz radio, that's something you could check out, 927.61255. So you might just be able to pick it up on your, if you've got a police scanner that's 25 capable, you might be able to pick it up on that just to see if there's any traffic on it. So anyway, that was the cool things that I found.
W5NNEU.
I also went ahead and clicked on the star repeater list, and I found there in Sus County. So our friends down at W585C A&M University is a star repeater down there. In Collin County, there are 2 D-star repeaters. In Kansas County, there are 2 D-star repeaters. One VHF, one UHF, and the call sign for those is KD55YAP. I believe. Now I've got myself confused because I didn't part down. But anyway, then also Tarrant County has 1. Oh. Go back and look at this. All right, 1 in Brazos, 2 in Collin, 2 in Took. So that's K5Y is all sign. And then in Dallas County, there are repeater frequency. Here in Denton County, there are 4. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. They are W5NGU is one of them, and KD5EOC, I believe, is the other. But let me double check that. Oh, no, all 4 of them are WNGU. They are, I see the Dent Slidell, and then 2 at the Dent, the DOC, the VHF and F. So those are those E-star repeaters you can check out. And Tarrant County has 1. So if you're into the star thing, that's excellent opportunities to check that out and see what kind of activity is happening on D-star. So Brazos County, we found a DMR. Brazos County has 1. It is the N1WP, number 1 with Papa, and that College Station, Texas A&M. So if you're DMR and you're down around there, that's an excellent opportunity. And we talked earlier about DMR frequency for Texas A&M University. Let's see if those are the same thing. 440, 441, 625 is the one listed on repeater book. Let me scroll back here. 441, 625. Okay, so there it is. 1. So you can always check in on that. There was another one. Oh, W5EC, and then the N1P is 444.500. So anyway, there you go. You can tell I practiced this today. Collin County. There are 4 DMR repeaters listed in repeater book over in Collin County, and in Dallas County there are 7. And one of those Dallas County repeaters is actually the Richardson Wireless Club, the 40.375. The color count one is 1. So if you're interested in around with if you're interested in messing around with EMR in Richardson, there you go. 440.377. And Podset color code 1. That's run by the K5RWK. There's also, let's see, the KW5EQ. Looks like they have 2. There's another 5RWK. 443.3775. Just read this. Yeah, 443.3775. It's got a positive on. Color code 1. NAC963. I guess the L tone of 110.9. I guess I should review and figure out what NAC stands for. I'm sure somebody will correct me here as we go through our check-in. didn't we five DMR repeaters, and this is interesting because I did not realize there were this many. So let me go down this list. Here's a DM on 9 megahertz version 27.665, negative offset with a color code of 1, and that's up there at Stark Hall on the campus of Texas University. And the call sign for that was 5LL November 5 Lima Sierra. Also in, let's see, this one's in Aubrey 443.3.5, positive offset with a color code of 1, and that's the K5RNB. So not familiar with that repeater, but these are definitely something to take a look at. Yeah. And over in Little M 41.377 with a positive offset and a color code of 1. That's WB8GS. And the last I got for you is 5LS 44.625. And that's a positive of the color code of 1. And we got one more. 5L5 is that one. 440.450 offset with a code of 1 code of Carrollton's. That's all. That didn't count. So N5 GLD Delta Lima. Okay, and then Terran 6. So, lots of opportunities. If you're interested in with DMR, there are a lot of opportunities just here in the Dallas Metroplex. What you can experiment with and repeaters you can try to hit, and of course we've got those two repeaters, Texas University. This is KC5 AMT net control for the digitally speaking net. Okay, system fusion is. You know what? I kind of want to start getting into some skins. So let's take a break from looking at these. We have HUN. Here's the highlight. 17 listed fusion repeaters in Tarrant County, and of 17, four are connected by wires X. So there. All right, let's go ahead. Let's take our first check-in. Tell me. Here's a question for the day. Tell me what you use repeaters for, if it's new to you, if it's something that you haven't checked out. Tell me what your thoughts on Repeater Book, how you use it, what you think is good about it, and what might you change about Repeater Book. And that is whether it's the website, app, the app, because my understanding is there's an app for it as well. All right, let's take our first check-in. Who wants to go next?
November 5, Foxtrot Kilo uniform.
W5NGU.
George 5, Lima X-Ray Sierra, Brandon, Plano.
Okay, let's stop there. N5 FKU. Good afternoon, Scott. How are you?
Kelly running the net. In response to Repeater Book, I mainly use it for building repeater lists that load into my ID52As and U100 way. I don't have to worry about geographically wherever I'm at. Repeater. Those repeater lists. I like to build them off of a book, load them in there so I can put them into a group and say I'm up in Idaho. Then I don't have to search repeaters in any location when I'm traveling. I can just put the scan on and it finds a repeater report, and I can utilize it if necessary. And I've utilized it in Texas here a lot as well. N5 FKU, back to next.
Thank you very much for Scott. I really appreciate it, and thank you for checking in. And hope everything's going well in your world. And if there's anything we can do for you, make sure you let us know. All right, moving on. J5XS. Brandon, good afternoon. How you doing?
And I'm doing pretty good, Kelly. Thanks for asking. As far as the Repeater Book, good source for what I use it for, or how I've used it. I downloaded the RT system, and and then uploaded to my run. Yes, and that is thought it's gone with Reese. Still a technician. I'm still learning, but that's all that I have a repeater book. I just did the app and uploaded it into the video, but that's about all I've done. KJ5 LXS.
Oh, very good. Thanks for sharing. So yeah, it's an excellent resource to be able to program your radios through your build yourself a repeater list, and we download your radio system. Excellent one thing. All right, good. Also like come now with your call.
Kilo Juliet 5, November Victor Zulu, Auto.
Good afternoon, Auto. How are you doing today?
Fantastic. It's been a great day. How are you doing, sir?
Doing fantastic. So tell me, have you used a repeater book for much? Do you do much with it?
Yeah, no, I use it a lot. Recently, I was on a handheld supply. I just ended up picking up a new Yaesu mobile radio here that's supposed to be 5 watts. I'm able to have more flexibility with channel by channel. So he's defined different repeaters, different simplex frequencies, and actually is it quite often. It's pretty nice. And it's good. You know, setting up somewhere to type in you can type in a city or a zip frequency or anything, any useful information, and it will open here. So I like it a lot.
Oh, very good. So when I typed your call sign, it popped up that you're from Aubrey, and I did not realize we have a DMR. One of our ham radio operators has a DMR repeater in Aubrey. Kilo 5, Romeo, November, Bravo. And Peter's on 443.450. It's got a offset and a couple of 1. You ever dabbled DMR at all yet?
I have not. Hit. I haven't really used DMR, really anything else for that matter. I don't mess up with this current number.
Yep, I understand that. Yeah, I usually just stick to the regular FM repeat help, so I understand. So anyway, well, good. We're glad to have you with us. Is there anything else you want to with us today, or anything you want to bring up? Yeah.
I think that'll be it. I appreciate the time to be talking to you. More than that, appreciate it. So Juliet 5, November Victor Zulu, back to net.
All right, thank you very much. Who'd like to check in next? Come out with your call sign, please. Okay, I do believe that was a double, but Sean won. So KX7, WTF, good afternoon, Sean.
Oh, pretty good. We're just chatting away. I'm kind of laughing at you, and just enjoying looking up the beautiful day that I'm missing. How you doing, Kelly?
I'm doing pretty good. So you guys are laughing at me. So you don't get to just drop that you're laughing and get away with it. You have to explain what it was that you are laughing at. So please proceed.
Well, and one of them, Dad, something that sounds like a bunch of alphabet soup. I guess starting with all the acronyms and you're talking about. So I'll explain on that.
that's actually a pretty good point. That sometimes what we sounds like alphabet soup, especially if you've got a new ham radio operator that maybe isn't familiar yet with some of the lingo and the radio specific comments and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I could see how that would work. Might need to work on making sure that I simplify that. So like what they say AllStar maybe a little more if it can say that's digital mobile radio. If the product or is designed by Motorola or deal us about that about.
Oh, you're off to a really good start with that. Go for it.
I tell you what, I will do that in just a minute. What have you got? Tell us how you use repeater. Or do you use repeater book? And if so, how is it? And what do you like the best?
I do use repeater book. I use it to if I'm going somewhere that I'm not familiar with. Check your around and local and try and program repeaters into my radio ahead of time. Sometimes it works. Sometimes with kind of wish repeater trustees or folks would look at that, hey, something no longer works, or be able to tell the change this. These kind of up ones would be nice and helpful for sure.
W5NGGU.
Yeah, I did find that interesting that scrolling all the way down to the bottom of the page, it says you can list repeaters that have been updated last 100 days, and you can list. But then I got to the one where it says repeaters that have not been updated in 2 years or more, and I clicked on that. And none of our repeaters here locally are on that where they haven't been updated. That's because you've got older established repeaters that have been here for and they don't make changes to them, so they don't go in and update anything. But someone with the possibility, maybe they're no longer in use and they're not using nothing, and that's an over that I could try and get if they whittle that process down, if those operators and if those clubs, organizations, and trustees would go into repeater book, update their stuff, and just so that everyone knows, hey, they actually looked at it and made sure everything is current and up to date, then we could take a little time and go shorter list of folks haven't been updating to see if those repeaters aren't or if they're not. And that way, let's say it's a repeater pair that's no longer in use. We could get that repeater pair assigned to someone who will put it to use and get another repeater up on the air. And I think that's kind of important to be able to make sure we're making effects of the use of the entire spectrum, and that we don't have frequencies that are supposedly tied up because they're coordinated. But they have dated that repeater is no longer in service. So anyway, just my thoughts. Anything else for us?
No, that's all right. You covered all the announcements I was going to talk about real quick. So, as usual, they've been running the net, doing a fantastic job. Spared my deadline. And keep up the good work, and I'll catch you on down the line. KX70, WTF.Reydio.
Well, it's a fantastic job. We need to evaluate the stand. That's all I got to say about that one. So thank you very much for checking in. I really do appreciate it. There was a station that dealt with Sean was checking in. If that go ahead and call. AE5 easy.
Victor. I may not make that signal right now. I'm not that friggin'.
That's okay. How are you doing today?
Thought I'd say howdy, everybody.
thank you for doing that. Hey, I have a question for you. So we're talking about your book today and your stuff, and you have a large number of radios, a whole bunch of different modes. I wanted to see. I was looking through here and found out that our P25 repeater in the Metroplex. Do you do P25 at all?
Yes, I do.
So tell us, what repeater do you buy? Are they linked to other repeaters? Is there very much traffic on them? What have you found you do that?
One's perfect. Very little traffic on them, especially P25. But most repeaters out there are mixed mode, do analog and P20 or P5, but not both. That may change, but where I came from out of Phoenix, there were a large number of P25 repeaters.
Very interesting. So what repeater do you hang out on local? It is a P5 repeater.
There's one I use most often, but there's also a 900 MHz repeater that supports.
Okay, very, very good. P25 repeater. I wrote that frequency down. 97.6025 is the frequency on that one. I'll have to look and see is for the one here in I'll have to look to see what the DMR one is and write that one down. So thanks for sharing that. Anything else you got to share with us?
No, not really. Except the repeater for everything. For lots are confirming that something between and the FM Texas FM repeaters, you pretty much got a good idea of what's out there. And it's really good when you're preloading a radio for a trip your area you normally work in.
Okay, I'd never thought to look up the Texas VH FM variety. So that is something for me into. Yeah. They have a website. I'll share that here in Texas. Anything else you got for us, Chris?
Really, I have a frequency search, which is by frequency. You enter in the free, you'll see where the frequency is coordinated by them throughout the stars, and that can be sometimes quite useful.
Oh, very cool. I will have to check that out because interesting. Especially you've got a situation where you've got repeaters overlap each other, and you're trying to figure out that interference might be coming from. Pull it up by frequency and see all the locations where it is. So cool. Thank you very much for sharing that. I really appreciate that.
Problem there. Yeah, it's no resource. On my radios, since they're Motorola radio, I can't use chirper anything, so they all got to be manually programmed.
Okay. Yeah, that can be. That's one of the downsides to those commercial where you get, better power, better quality, get better quality, better power, and that kind of stuff. But the program is a little difficult. So, all right. Well, thanks for sharing with us. I really appreciate you coming in. Thanks.
Everybody in. Monitoring.
All right. KCDMT net control for the speaking. So one of the Sean said when he was talking was it sounds like alphabet soup. So I just want to all right. So a brief explanation. DMR. So DMR stands for Digital Mobile Radio. DMR started out as a Motorola product that they used for their commercial customers. and it allows them to make better use of the spectrum, because they didn't have to use a full frequency split it. So instead of being a 25 wide frequency, drop it down to 12 and that gave opportunity to put twice as many users on a system and not take up much bandwidth. So that's where DMR from. It came from the Clyde. We've adapted to ham radio, and it's become a success and a very useful tool in our toolbox.
W5NN.
Go ahead, Mike.
Channel is in the United States is 12.5 kilohertz wide channel that is split into two 6.25 kilohertz slots A and 5 slots B, which can be used independently, making one channel two.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. So yeah, so the concept was the same. I had the numbers wrong. So it starts at 12, and by splitting it, they go down to the quarter. Or, yeah, 6.25. So very good. Thank you for sharing that and that correct. Appreciate that.
Problem. You did a good job of describing what it is, and you're right. Trying to cancel these quasi-controlled stuff we use in the ham world. It doesn't like stuff it too.
Absolutely. So, okay, the other one that I talked about, I mentioned D-Star earlier. So, D-Star was a private product created by ICOM, and originally you can only get it on ICOM radios. Now, since then, it has they've allowed Kenwood to bring that technology on their radios. So, newer Kenwood radios the ability to work in that mode. So that's where D came from, but it started out as specifically for ICOM, and then they have to move or migrate to Kenwood as well. Another digitum that it can be standalone, or it can be connected to the internet, and that allows it to connect to other star repeaters around the world.
Another selection direction.
I love having you here to call on my BS. Yes, I appreciate it. Go ahead, Mike. What do you got?
So we started with postal union or the quarter cells over Japan, and ICOM developed the radios and radios for the Japanese Postal Service, and it's spread. And it's an internet connectors readers that can be connected. It's not talk group. They use call nails. I've forgotten that. But they connect their worldwide first digital systems available to hams besides B25.
Oh wow! Thank you. I did not realize that's how I thought it was just that ICOM created. So thank you for sharing that. I do it, and I appreciate helping me to learn and to grow and make sure I get the good correct information out there tuned in. So thank you very much.
Problem. I figure, I'm trying to pass on some knowledge to everybody else out there. Do it this way through your help. It's a team effort.
So I think what everyone is learning today is listen to what Kelly has to, and then go somewhere else for verification, because he doesn't always have all the details. Very good. Well, thank you. I do appreciate it. I sincerely do. So, yeah, if you catch anything, by all means, let me know. I appreciate it.
Step out real fast to do the shopping. So good luck on the net.
A lot, Mike. KC5 AMT for D. Who else would I can come now? We can call time.
Yeah.
first, and then I'll come back to you, Sean. Go ahead, John.
There we go. Couldn't get my key down there, Kelly. N5Y. Good in. Kelly went on the net. Just checking in today to AllStar. I'm here in Woodland Park, Colorado. And Tom Peter book. I was utilizing Repeater book when you brought the net. It's one of my favorite apps. I use it on my iPhone 14, and it really well. Have not used it on the laptop. I believe I'm going to try to check it out on the laptop here shortly. Heard you talking about the mapping system, and so I like that. I have it right next to my Repeater phone app, which Repeater phone covers AllStar and EchoLink. I believe that's only available on Apple. But I've met the Repeater Booker folks when I was in 2024 at Hamcation, and it seemed like a really good group of guys. A couple guys it was, and I believe one of them is just one. So recently, but yeah, Repeater Book is an amazing tool to use, and thankful that we.
Oh, good. Now that you've all jealous up there in the beautiful mountains of Colorado, I will tell you that it's sunny and almost 80 down here. So anyway, that works. So very good. So you use Repeater using app and to check it out on the phone or on the computer. And I really like it because let's say you're driving from Colorado, and you two major highways to follow probably, and you can just click on highways and show you all of the repeaters along the route. And I just find that a real fascinating way of doing this. All right. Well, thanks for sharing it. Hope you're having a fun there in Colorado, and look forward to hearing from you again.
Okay, thanks, Kelly. Yeah. Today it's 48 degrees, pretty much 100% cloud cover, no wind, very dry. Not expecting any precipitation Friday, possibly Friday in the chance of snow here. It's very dry. Matter of fact, when I go out on the front porch of my little apartment, I look right at the north face peak at here, isn't there? 25% snow coverage on the mountain. So yeah, it's very dry up here right now. Very pleasant. Driving up yesterday, and I believe it was 81 degrees when I'm in Amarillo, and then I didn't really could 77 when I went through church, and then somewhere between Clayton and Mexico, and I just happened to look at AC on Forerunner, and I had down Forerunner 1 degrees. I thought, my goodness, it cooled off and running AC. So somewhere I hit that threshold where into cooler air. So anyway, nice and cool and dry up here today. Anyway, 7-3 for the net. We'll be listening. Woodland Park.
5-5-N-G-G-U.
Very good. Well, thank you very much for checking in with us. I do appreciate it. All right. So I want to talk a bit about System Fusion. So System Fusion is a Yaesu product, just a different node. But here's what I found. So the big dog in the Metroplex for Fusion is Tarrant 15 repeaters set up. But we jump to Collin County. They've got 7 System Fusion repeaters in Collin County, 5 in Dallas. We have 3 in Denton County, and I know the what am I thinking? K5LRK over in the colony. They've got one. Let's see. Johnson County has 2. Johnson County 6. Parker and Brazos each have 1. Brazos, Texas A&M University down there. So System Fusion is another great opportunity to check things out. The cool thing, I think all of these can be connected by way of the internet. but System Fusion has specific rooms you can go to. So you want to go to Texas Nexus or something like that. Lots of different things and things you can do. So, and I may have gotten the room name, but anyway, those are some things that you can do. You can check out, and you can find on Repeater Book. And just click on ISF where it's on the line that says mode. Click on ISF, and that'll show you all of the System Fusion heaters. All right, let's go ahead. KC5 AM for ID for the least speaking. Who else would like to check in? Come now with your please. I think the sun is shining. It's nice and light and warm out. Some people are not by the radio. They are outside working on their tans. Anyway, anybody else want to check in? Come now with mine.
Hey, good afternoon. This is from the Juliet 5 at 20 miles here. Hickory Creek.
Well, good afternoon, Edgar. What are you doing today?
Doing really. Just listening to the net and we just kind of like taking doing some work so the workload's not that heavy. So let's just have it fun and things like that. I got a quick question about P25. If anybody can actually answer this.
Okay, go ahead with your question. We'll see who we can find.
What good radios will be good for P25, and how you can actually, I don't know, what radios and what how we can actually get into that. That's actually my question.
Okay, well, I know 25. It's generally a Motorola, but is I think required to become more universal because it was primarily used in law enforcement. The emergency services were using P25 a lot a while back. And so certainly the motor radios, a lot of those are capable. But let's see. Mike was stepping out a little bit. But the Mike AE5IV, are you around? Okay, I know he was stepping out to go do his Sunday grocery run, but reach out to Mike AE5IV. You can see him at almost every Dakar that takes the taste place. I would imagine he's going to be at Bingham Fest this weekend. He usually does the table for testing radio equipment. So you could ask him. Another one, I think Andrew. I can't think of his call sign off the top of my head now. I think Andrew is involved in P25 as well. So you might check with him and see what they have. But apparently, if you're going to be out at the Ham Fest, in touch with Mike and let you guys have it down. I think that might be that.
I appreciate it. It's just curiosity. Hotspot and DMR hotspot you can do 25, but we have a couple of repeaters here that use it, so that kind of actually think a little bit of interest in that. But I'll actually reach to him. I'm not going to be able to make it to the early Hamfest, but if we can cross roads or talk, I'll about that. But you guys turning the net, actually the fun net. I always like to actually listen to you guys. And I hope everybody has a good weekend. This is Kilo 5, monthly Oscar 70, and back to net control.
And I will find his email address and send it over on Signal, and that way you can try and reach out to him that way as well. But he's always any of the meetings or anything. I know he does a lot with the Dallas Amateur Radio Club as well. So I'm sure you can bump into him at one. All right, this is K580 Net Control. Digitally speaking. I'd like to check in now at this time. Oh, it sounds like everybody's taking a break. Go ahead, mark your calendars, grab your scribble stick, and write this down. March 10th, the second Tuesday of every month, the Amateur Radio holds its club meeting. They are at 6804 Main Street in the Colony. Trying to the Colony City Hall, but that's going to be March 10th at 7 p.m. I don't have information. The topic is yet. I'm sure we will find out, and we'll be able to sound that out next week. Coming up this day, Saturday. If you're not going to Irving, or if you're going to go to Irving. This Saturday is weekly breakfast. They've made some changes to their breakfast schedule, but the first Saturday of the month, they meet at Cowboys Restaurant in Lake Dallas. The address there is 9 Main Lake Dallas. By all means, check that out and meet us for breakfast. All right, and where's the ham radio event. Tuesday, March 17th at 6:30 p.m., the Louisville Amateur Radio Station is going to be holding their monthly meeting. That's the Rec Center in Louisville, 1950 Valley Parkway, 1550 South Valley Parkway. Because I know some of those guys over at Louisville might enjoy pinching you just a little bit too much. So, all right. What else? March 9th. The second Monday of the month, Richardson Wireless Club, St. Barnabas Church, 1220 West Beltline Road in Richardson. They stamped license testing starts at 5:30. The general meeting starts at 7 o'clock. So you can check that out. Let's see. Anybody else have any announcements they'd like to make? Maybe we didn't clear. Come now with your call sign.
Cat 5, UPQ, Q.
Oh, it looks like I probably typed that in wrong. I wrote Kilo Foxtrot 5, uniform Papa.
Uniform Papa, Quebec, that is correct.
Okay, well, good afternoon, and how are you doing?
I'm good. That was talked about the notes here just a few moments ago.
Yes, that must be us. What do we got for you? How are you?
I'm good. I'm not from here, but I was picking up the local frequency in Thailand that apparently was the same frequency. To find out where it was coming from, and then when you mentioned the club in the Colony, So then I just scanned, and now I'm picking up Richardson Palisade machine.
Wow, that is a heck of it. So yeah, so this is the Least Speaking Net. We're here every Sunday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're on 3 different repeaters. We are the WMGU repeater out of Denton, 6.9, and we're on the K5RK repeater out of Richardson, and then we're also linked in Texas A&M University, the W5A repeater system. So we're glad to have with us today.
Yeah, roger that. Don't anywhere near here. I wouldn't be able to pick up those traveling through. But I would love to get some with D-Star. I'm kind of stumbled on the right group of people. It's not very popular in my neck of the woods, and I've been having a real hard time trying to figure out my radios start capable. So maybe I could get some info for somebody that might be able to do that.
Okay, there is a lot to D-Star. So what we really started talking about was just repeater book, and you can use repeater book to find the different repeaters that have those thick capabilities, and you can break it down by type. Specifically look for D-Starers in your area. So let me see. So if you're in Tyler, that is, what is Tyler? I'm trying to remember.
Well, I actually live in Wood County. There's on the app. Finding the issue, but comment is together.
Okay, well, you're chopping in and out quite a bit, so I'm not able to pick up a lot of what you're saying. I see there's one repeater in Smith County that she had D-Star 147.7.12, and then what else did I see? There's in Jefferson County. There's one in Hunt County. Those are both HF. Greenville features airport 444.625. And Jefferson County in Meade is 0.0.25. But yeah, let me look. There is a specific D-Star website. So there's staruse.org, one of the websites, and the other one is D-Star.info.com, and those are probably some good ways to get information. And always, YouTube is always excellent way to get information. If you punched in our ham radio on YouTube, I bet you'd come up with quite a few videos that would help you to find the different reflectors, help you to find the different heaters, how best radio set up your pops in your zones. So yeah, I would definitely check.
And I bought books and all that, trying to learn it my own for a while now, and it's been rather unful. But maybe a person could tutor me, so to speak. But actually, the Tyler repeater that you spoke 141.1, that is a fusion repeater, and that is the repeater that I was picking up your net on, even though I was quite a distance from Tyler, and normally pick that up. So yeah, the stuff has been pretty much canceled in my area. So they just state repeater book, which is a problem that I've had with your book. It's a good app, I will say, but I don't know if that information is correct. K5UPQ for
W5NGU.
Yeah, that is one of the things about repeater book. It's very dependent on the repeater to keep their information date and accurate way. Those of us that use repeater book as a source for us to whether it's program radios or if we're traveling to a new area or something like that, that having that accurate information is really critical to us. So it's really incumbent the repeater own keep dates so people can assess. The people know whether or not they can access their repeaters. Because if you're looking for a specific mode, then having accurate mode in the description is pretty important. So, very good. Well, thank you for checking in with us. We really appreciate it. And something I might do is keep an eye on the different hamfests, because some of those hamfests will have classes associated with it, and there's almost always somebody there that's going to talk about these different modes and how to set things up and make things work. So, well, thank you very much for being with us, and we look forward to hearing from you again.
Roger that. 5U, standing by. Bye.
And this is KC5 MT. That's because it's all for the digital PC. Hey, make an announcement because there might be some people that were not here earlier when I got started. So I'm going to remind everyone: Saturday, March 21st, is the annual Go Challenge. It's Highland Village, Texas. The Double Tree Ranch Park is the location, 310 Highland Road. And let's see, PM to 4 rain or 9. Website for that: GoKitChallenge.org. GoKitChallenge.org. No capitals, no underscores or hyphens. Just that one word. GoKitChallenge.org. And come out and see us. It's a really fun event, and we look forward to seeing a lot of people out there. The other thing I want to remind everyone: this coming Saturday, Irving Amateur Club is holding their the Irving Ham Fest. That is at the Bingo Hall. I'm scrolling, trying to get the address for you. 420 Irving Boulevard in Irving. You can go to irvingac.org. Click on Hamfest, and you'll get all of the information there. But that's at the Pitcha Bingo Hall, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday, March 7th. All right, KC5 AMT, for the Digitally Speaking Net. Who else would like to check in? Come now with your call sign.
Kilo 3, Juliet Romeo Zulu.
Wow, you don't sound like you're from around here. Afternoon, and welcome to the Digitally Speaking Net. Kelly, how are you doing today?
Hope you all are too. Name here is Jeff, Juliet Echo, Foxtrot. Just jumped on the AllStar here, and give you guys a listen while I take care of a few things today.
Jeff, we're glad to have you join us. And where are you joining us from? And how did you find us? AllStar?
I am from Delaware, to the canal. Date joke. A little bit south of Newark, Delaware, University is. Guy know, WTF.Reydio. Saw the live stream of the net, and had to run for a few, and I saw it was still on, and thought I'd check in.
Very good. We're glad to have you with us. You know, it's been new that Sean's I think maybe the third or fourth time that he's put us to like that, and really cool to see us. You have another again similar to yours, where it was just looking at his YouTube feed and said, "Well, I said, I'd look into that." So anyway, so today we're talking about book and some of the cool things that we found. We're talking about how you can search repeater books based on location, on a freeway you might be doubling down, but based on what mode you're in. If you're specifically going to operate in Yaesu System Fusion, you can click on that, or click on DMR or DStar, and find the repeaters in your area, particularly that are connected that way. So anyway, well, very good. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. Tell us how you use repeater book, or you.
Yeah, I do use repeater book every now and sometimes it's up different repeaters I want information for, like where located, or I know I saw it somewhere like their friend. I know one of the biggest repeater here in northern Delaware. Always put all that on there. It covers like the majority of the northern part of the state and goes into New Jersey. Pennsylvania, Maryland, a bit, and it all depends on elevation and where. But I know where we're always looking for the footprint map of different repeaters. But I've used in the past to plug in repeater for numerous trips that I've passed, like when I go down to Virginia to visit relatives, or when I've driven out to Western Tennessee. I might be using it when I map out. Well, actually, I've already mapped my drive to Dayton, Ohio for Hamvention, and to have to put in some other repeaters that are going to be along the way. I'm sure there's going to be a bunch in Pittsburgh and some other places along there. But yeah, that's the majority that I use it for. The nice about that program called Chirp. You want to program from HT. It has that integration there where you can pull that information from a repeater book, which I do like a lot. K3 JRZ, back to now.
Victor.
Andy, go ahead.
The gentleman from Delaware said it was north of Connecticut. Being a local, it would be that way. That's how you would explain to it. But for the rest out here in the great ever freezing south, I know what the canal is by observation. Could you explain the canal? A558.
WW5GGU.
Sure, I could do that. The Chesapeake and Delaware goes from Chesapeake Bay through part of Maryland and Delaware. To the Delaware River / Delaware and then out to the Atlantic Ocean. I think it was started, oh my goodness, late 700s, early 800s, I believe. YouTube, K3JRZ about behind it when I did I think my first POTA activation from down there. But it's grassing. It's an in-state where everyone from the canal, lower Delaware. It's more rural down there. As many people as there are in the northern here in Delaware, but it's actually nice down below. Neat thing is that they dredge the canal every so often. The Army Corps of Engineers dredges it, and you can go to the file and find fossils that are roughly about 85 million years old. I was there 2 years ago, I think it was. I need to go and get a little bit warmer to see what's there now. K3 Jersey.
I mean, that's so cool. That's one of the federal projects for interstate navigation. Even to this day, it is still the cheapest method of transportation. Goods versus via water. So foreign transportation.
Yeah, now it's about the size of a river. Pretty narrow and pretty low to the sea level. They've dug it over the years. I'm sure if you Google and looked it up, if anyone's interested to see the history, and I don't think there's that pictures of it. There was a few, and it's quite a achievement they've done in the state here. K3 Jersey.
Sir, for the X-Play 558.
Oh, that was really cool. Very much for sharing that. And Mike, thank you very much for being and helping us get this little history lesson about Delaware. That's pretty cool. So you had mentioned, Jeff, a YouTube channel. What is your YouTube channel handle?
The name of the channel is just K3 Jerry on the air. Mostly it's my proof of contact, documenting my activations. Had trouble when I started. So I said you can't do audio video of me make contact with another person, us exchanging signal reports, parts numbers, and saying 73 to each other. But you never know what's happening on the air. You got people want you on there, and I think you shouldn't be on there. Want to make noise, or just people being rude. So it's always fun and good content happens. But I do it for documentation. Others like to hear themselves on the other side of it too. I know. But there are other amateur radio stuff there. I'm doing it more and more. And having fun with it. Nothing too serious. And I kind of have my own way of aesthetics with the channel, kind of my old 8-bit 80s kind of thing. K3 Jersey.
Very good. Well, thank you for sharing that. So we have a little website for the Seeking Net, and that website have a list of ham related YouTube pages. So I think we may just add you to our little ham radio YouTube list. If you're checking out our website, I'll give you that web address. Quick. All right, the website is digital digital hyphen lee lee hyphen speaking.net. Hyphen lee hyphen speaking.net. You can check out see our list of YouTubers. We've got a lot of them are local here to the DF area. We've got one in Houston. Good friends with. So we'd be glad to have you jump in and out, and we'll add you to that list.
On the page now, I'll check it out, and I'll put this into reminders. Yes, I need reminders to check into nets. Now, again in the future. Thank you very much, K3 Jersey. Good weekend, 7-3.
7-3. Thank you very much for tuning in. And yeah, we're here every day at 2 o'clock Central Time. So anytime, join us. We'd love you. All right, this is KC5 AMT Net Control for the Digitally Seeking Net. Who else wants to check in? Come now, find.
KC5 and KT.
was a little overmodulation on the line. I couldn't. J5. Go ahead with your call sign again.
Sorry about that. KJ5.
Still miss. Do it phonetically, please.
That is Kilo Nancy C. Sorry, Kilo Juliet 5 Nancy Tango KJ5 NKT.
Oh, very good. We're glad you joined us. Juliet, November Tango. Good to have you with us. How are you doing today?
Pretty good. Sorry about that. I had some overmodulation stuff going on over here with two different radios, but yeah, pretty good. I was listening to you guys and you're talking about repeater, correct?
Yes, we are.
Okay, yeah. As a new ham, I really like repeater book. He gave me an out repeater limit. The difference between the computer and the app is a little different because you get the inputs and the outputs of the PL tones on the computer, on the web base. Whereas the application, you kind of gotta figure out if it's the input or output. But overall, say a great application.
W5NGU.
Very good. Yeah. One of the things that I really like about it is that, we were trying to kind of focus a little bit on that digital side of things. Is being able to go in and specify what you want to talk, or what you want on, and so going and once you get into a spot where you're in Texas, and then you can list what mode do you want. You can do FM, or you can do DR, D-Star, System Fusion, all the digital modes. Just the repeaters have that particular mode available to it, and I liked it. One thing I like is if you're one who travels a lot, or you're planning a road trip somewhere, and you know that you're going to be going, say in our area, you're going to be taking I-35 down to San Antonio, or I-45 over towards Houston. You can just click on that freeway. Will give you a list of repeaters along that you might be able to hit in your travel. So I really like a lot of that it offers to us as ham radio operators. Makes it a lot easier than school where we were flipping pages in a little tiny book.
Yeah, that makes sense. I haven't thought of that. Back in the day, you just flipping pages and listen of them, but yeah. Back today, control. I don't want to time up. KJ5 NK.
Well, thank you for joining us. You're always welcome to come in and stick around and see what kind of crazy we've been the past week and what kind of plans we've upcoming. All right, K5 AMT and MT control for the digital net. I'd like to check in now with your call sign.
H5IV, one left.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, and welcome back.
I'd like to mention the way I like using repeater book is on the highway. So I look at repeaters that are yourself on the highway, but I also counties on either side of the highway and pick up repeaters that may not have been mentioned as a repeater highway itself, and I fill it out depending on which it is. It can be broken up three separate areas. Because I'm number of channels, I can put it to a zone. I may break it up like FW North 35, and Central Texas 35, and then San Antonio corridor 30 or 35. If I'm going down to San Antonio, might be similar. You got 45, and then you got the cities there 40 or 45, and then North Houston, and then Houston itself is separate. And then I also like how they break it up in not only cities but counties. So you can put together all sorts of repeaters that you normally don't run across in the individual cities. Stand by. Didn't want to get trapped by the alligator. But anyway, so I use it for putting together all sorts of roadways. As for San Antonio, there's two pathways down there. You take 281 or 5. I prefer some more scenic and more pleasurable route going down there. The only disadvantage is there's San Antonio, you must have crossed 7 miseries, those traffic lights before you enter county. And that's how I break things. I do area. The first radio is favorite, DW favorite. So every frequency is VHF, UHF, and do the same thing for towns, and then I'll do the same thing over counties, all the different counties in the north area.
Very good, yeah, nice share. So when you're limited, you've got not only so many channels per zone in your radio, and even some of the ham radio have zones in them rather than just the channel frequencies numbered all the way through. So by had opportunity and that ability, that really does make it to where you can a lot of information in there, and you've got it set up to where it's easily organizable. Easy to follow as you're doing your travel kind of stuff. So thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it.
See, that's just how I do it. I use commercial radio, so kind of limited by their how they frequencies. And it's okay. So the ham radio sometimes they don't like a 710 GA. It is 800 channels. You set up any way you like, but putting in too many channels in one area or a large scan list, it can get kind of confusing as to what you're looking at and what you're listening. So I like breaking things up geographically.
I agree. That does a lot easier, and especially if you got a radio that doesn't give you a whole lot of room to type in what repeater it is. And let's say all you're able to look at is the frequency numbers. We've got routers that have the same frequencies, but they're geographically separate. But if you're just scanning through, trying to find, that you end up with the wrong one. And so, yeah, very good to break things up geographically.
I'm not sure how to do things. Everybody's mileage may depend on what radio you're dealing with. I'll say 7:30s. Y'all have a good breath. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll groceries to home. AE5, Ivy.
All right. Well, thank you much for sharing, Mike. And, that really is what we're here for, is to learn from other, because I may have not thought about a particular way of doing my programming or a particular way of whatever it is and get the information from somebody else and go, hey, that's a really cool way of doing that. I'm going to try that on my setup and see how that works. So that's the whole point of what we do. It's just trying to make sharing that knowledge and information with one another so that we can go and become better and happier ham operators. So thanks a lot for sharing that, Mike. KC5 AMT next. All right. Anybody else interested in checking the net now with your call sign?
Yeah, Echo, Charlie Echo, common fun.
Good afternoon, Tom. How are you, sir?
Just fine. Just announced. I'm getting a couple of things for the RF. I guess I'm tuned. You guys always glad to hear the knowledge that you guys pass on.
W5NNU.
Okay, well, we're talking about repeater book today, and if people use it and how they use it. But more curious is, what are we buying at home? What kind of do you have on the list?
I just have to get some topsoil. Dog's been digging and everything else like that, and picking up some fertilizer to put down before I take my next trip. Get the fertilizer down. Just finished tripping back the crepe myrtles this afternoon. So got to get done before we begin.
Good, very good. All right. Well, it's a beautiful day to be doing that stuff item. It is just out there. So, and here I am stuck inside, working on running. I'll tell you. Okay. So you've got coming up. Do you use a repeater book to map out your travels and see what repeaters are going to be in the areas where you're headed?
You know, more often I wait until I'm in an area and then try to tune in a local station. When I'm passing through, I don't try to pick repeaters on the fly. But if I get to a location, try to test out the repeaters that are in the area. See if anybody's responding to them.
Oh, good deal. Yeah, I do a lot of that where I try and see what's there. But I'll use repeater books sometimes to go and track where I'm and ready, and I'm not spending my vacation time trying to program radios. So anyway, what do you head off to this time?
A big convention in northern. Got a pre-rally gathering a couple days, then a big huge one. It's called Perry, Georgia. I think it's north of it, but I'll figure it out when it tells me how to drive.
I understand. All right. Well, hey, safe travels and wish you best on your trip. And this will be a good week to get that fertilizer down early because we've got a little rain coming in for the coming week. It'll help water that fertilizer and do you right. So very good. Well, thank you very much for tuning in today. I really appreciate it.
Take care. KI5 Echo Charlie Echo. We'll clear the night too.
All right. Do we have anybody else that would like to check in? Come now with your call.
Hello, Juliet 25, November 2nd, Joed.
Copy J5, November Tango Alpha. Afternoon. How are you doing?
Well, here at Expression and everybody in the net. Listening to you guys, actually my son, her mom's house, and enjoying this afternoon.
Hey, Joed, you were noisy into the repeat, and it just dropped you there towards the. You want to try?
Traffic on 935 on a ham, so I probably won't make it really well to the repeater. I just wanted to check in and say hello to everybody. Back to you, KJ5 MPX.
Okay, well, thank you very much for checking in. Appreciate it. Hey, we need to get at least a mag mount antenna to send on the outside bar so that you've got some to get out. Because anytime you're inside the car, trying on a handheld, it's real difficult. That is trying to give the get through the roof, and it just makes it tough. So anyway, hey, we look forward to hearing from you again. Hope to see you maybe this weekend over at the Hamfest. All right. Casey, MT, control for the DigiKeyNet. Who else wants to check in and come call me fine.
5 Victor Oscar Papa.
K5 V Victor Oscar Papa. Afternoon, Paul. How, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thought I'd in here at the request of Sean on the stream. I had to get a couple kills for the North Carolina QSO party before I did anything else. Anyway, to check in and say hello. You're doing well, and thanks for always keeping this net running.
Oh, we're doing good over here, and I'm glad to keep this net running. It's fun. I love the people that I get to meet and talk to. So, one of the things. So you had talked at the North Carolina QSO party. The Lake Erie Amateur Radio Club has a tremendous guys that make a huge effort to hit all of these QSO parties. And if that's something that you're interested in, up the K5FK.org and get with some of those guys, and they do as QSO parties, because they do a really good job of keeping their points up and having a good time practicing their radio hobby, and just amazing. So anyway, very good. Well, Paul, what else? What going on? We've been talking about repeater book today, and whether or not we use repeater, how we use it, things that we allowed it. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I've used it in the past. I don't use it a lot, but it is a useful tool, I think. I can't remember. I could be not remembering this exactly right, but I thought there was something to it as well. I don't think I've ever done that. I don't know if that's true in some way. I just did enough to justify spending it monthly. I just occasionally have used it, but usually I can use Google repeater information, go to a different city. I think it's useful. It's a good course to have, but I haven't used it enough to really know all the ins and outs. Back to you.
Okay. So I've back to the home page, and I don't see anything that shows that it's just a subscription service. Have a way that you can create an account and log in and be able to save common repeater frequencies and things like that you use on a regular basis. But I don't know. Let me see. Quick subscribe now. I don't think that's a paid service. I think all just that you can save information and kind of stuff. Anyway, but yeah, I've took the dive today and found a lot of ways that you can use it to say you're specifically for. You can click on YSF, and it'll give you that whole list of system repeaters in the area that you're looking. Anyway, well, thank you very much. Anything else you want to say? We're going to see you this weekend over at Irving.
W5NEG.
Yeah, most likely. I didn't even realize it was happening. I have a net Saturday morning. Actually, no. I don't think I'm running that net. So I guess I don't have a net. I'll most likely be out there, and then next week I'll be in the Sunday night stream. We'll guys on for the Go Kid Balance. You guys can talk about that next Sunday on the Speaking Net.
It's always good to remind that we have it next week. Yes, on Sunday night, Paul has a YouTube channel, and he does Rag Chew Crew. And next Sunday, Scott, KG5RJR, and myself will be guests on the Rag Chew Crew to discuss the Kids Challenge coming into the month. So I'm looking to that. That's always a lot of fun. So all right, well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
73, K5 EOP.
This is KC5, KCMT, next to the digital speakly testing. Well, one can come now, come call sign.
KG5 a recheck.
And this is the spot where the guys had to make sure they pushed me over that 4 o'clock mark. All right, what you got, Scott?
If you look at your signal jack, it does computer book plus in there, and what plus offers you. Now you know the statement that I made earlier today about RTs, that you must be a member for the ability to plug the location in, and point and destination, and have it rattle you off an entire list. Be able to bring that into your algorithms. You must be a member to do that. But yeah, there should be some information there for you. KG5 here.
I'll have to look into that and see just how all of that works, because I didn't go into any of the paid or the subscribed parts. I just went to the to where you let me look up heaters and that information that way. So, all right. Well, thank you very much for sharing that. I appreciate it. Hey, do we got anybody else that would like to do the digitally speaking net? Come now with your call sign.
KJ5, LXS, recheck, Brandon, plane.
Brandon, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I didn't have anything to add on the topic because that much about your book. But I did have a follow-up question from a question a couple ago about I was down the road and I saw some large tower antenna, and I wanted to go knock on his door, and people urged me against that. Can I ask about that again?
You can. Go ahead.
Well, okay, so I drove by that, got the ad. I looked it up. I looked up his call sign, and then I emailed him from QRZ. I emailed him, but the email came back undeliverable. So I didn't know what to do now. I can't reach out to him. Can I go to his door now?
I would say send your bulletproof, bake a cook, and go over there and introduce yourself. I think that's perfectly fine.
Should I wear a name tag with my call so he looks at me through his old-timer Ring camera? He knows what to do. I want to go over to his house, but I will. KJ like.
So here's a for you. What is his call sign? Tell us, and maybe someone on the net recognize it.
I do have it. I was unsure to protocol. I don't protocol, but I would love to ask if it's appropriate. They'll accept.
You throw it up on the SIG chat, and we'll just do a background and see if we can help figure out who it is, and maybe it's somebody that we know, and we can find a good for you to get you on to con without having to go knock on that door. But you can always knock on the door.
I can say that I am definitely not too shy to go knock on somebody's front door, and now they can come out and play. So I definitely do it, but I will post the, if it's is it appropriate for me to put his call sign on there without his, I don't know how this works. It's a new one for me. KJ5LX.
Yeah, if you have in our little signal chat, just say, hey, does anybody know this person, and put their call sign on there, that's
okay, cool. Do that. Thanks. I didn't know what to do. So I really appreciate it. Thanks. 5LX back to that.
All right. Well, if you do decide to go knock on the door and ask if he can come out and play, make sure you don't park your bicycle in the middle of the drive. His daddy will be mad. All right. Thanks a lot. All right, KC5 EMT net control for the digitally speaking net. Who else wants to check him now with the call sign?
Kilo India 5, Papa Mike, KF5 PGM. This is Travis.
Well, hey, Travis, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm out here the Richardson repeat sounding good that adds a little bit to the day. Just found one of the boxes and making my way as it were through the days. I was going to listen in to the net here for a little while, and I was going to add a thought about if you're a little encumbered or scared of knock door, we still have this federally provided service called the United States Postal Service, and they will take letters for delivery. It might be a middle in between. I can't say L and hey, I'm a little intimidated or concerned about just knocking on somebody's door unsolicited. So when in doubt, maybe PSP with a win on that point. Yeah, 5 DG.
W5NGU.
True. Yes, they still run that amazingly. So yes, there's another option there, Brandon, to go ahead and just snail mail and happen. So all right, well, Travis, to find that box.
Well, one of the Richardson, and if you have it, you probably don't have but about 20 minutes left. Maybe fewer before it gets picked up, in my estimation. But you're out there looking for Fox 1 Richardson. I would want to be north of Arapahoe, west of 75. That would at least give you quality to get. Hopefully, I didn't spoil it for anybody. But like I said, check the Fox 1. I've just forgotten John's call sign called KC5MPX. Not it wrong. The Fox Manager logs will tell you when Fox gets picked up. Is what I was trying to go there. Anyway. So yeah, good luck, happy hunting, and our other father is out and about. Actually, they are going to come out in about an hour. But I did not on the White Rock. Their Fox is out today, and Steve is out in me as well. So happy hunting, everybody, from KF5 PGM.
Oh, very good. Thanks for joining us, Charlie. Do appreciate you checking in. All right. AMT, next control for release. Who else wants to check in? Come now with your fine. All right. This is where I can reading comments, and then Sean and whoever hanging around starts saying, "Oh, heck," because they gotta push me over that 4 o'clock. So anyway, hey, if you want to find out what we've got going on, a couple of places you can find us: www.digitallyspeaking. Okay. J-Mac says hyphens. digital-lee-speaking.net. So digital just Lee L-E hyphen speaking.net. You can find it there. If you need to send a message, digitallyspeaking@gmail.com. That's also that word digital speak at gmail.com. No dashes or anything in that one. And let's see. If you want to control next operator, you can find us the same way, digitallyspeaking@gmail.com. We'd love to have some more folks get in this rotation to be the control traders. Easiest net in the world you can run. If I can run it with all the mistakes I make, do fantastic. I'd love to have more folks join on the group. Let's see if there's anything else that I need to cover. I have to take a break, see if they were going to jump in and mess with me, and they didn't take the opportunity. All right, let's see. Next Saturday is the Irvingham Fest. Betcha Bingo Hall. We finally find address again, just in case you need it. 2420 West Irving Boulevard. It's the Betcha Bingo, BEETCAA, Betcha. Betcha Bingo Hall. Sponsored by the Irving Amateur Radio Club. ARC.org is their website. Check that out. March 9th. That's a Saturday. Altus, Oklahoma is the Altus Ham Fest. You have to look that one up on the ARRL website. But Altus, Oklahoma, March 29th. It's from till 3. Altus Amateur Association and the Prairie Dog Amateur Radio. Those are the two clubs sponsoring. So, okay, I'm trying to see anything else. Hamvention in Xenia, Ohio, May 15th through the 17th. Rodeo Fiesta in San Antonio is May 9th and 30th. That's enough for now. And let me calendars for this one. This one's important. June 12th and 15th to mark the calendar just now, because I don't want you to have an excuse to miss it. DFW Ham Expo. It is going to be at the mall in Louisville. I think that's 2401 to South Simmons Freeway in Louisville. New venue, 30 square foot arena. Excellent facility. I got last week or four ago. Really enjoyed it. It's going to be an amazing space for vendors. So we look for a lot up there for that. That is June 12th and 13th. Does anyone else have an announcement they'd like to make before we wrap this up?
AG from RGR recheck.
All right, 2 minutes, and then you push me over the line. So go ahead.
Oh man, I have a question. My question. I have a new Go Kit this year.
I understand you had questions, but I could not understand what your question was. So you're going to have to what it is you're oscillating really bad, making it difficult to understand what you're saying. So try again. I know. Say it was something Go Kit Challenge. I'll make that out. So I will just everyone one more time. Go Kit Challenge, March 21st, Village, Texas, at DoubleTree Ranch Park. We're going to start at 8 o'clock in the morning. We're going to give out awards around noonish, somewhere in there. In Highland Village Road in Village, March 1st. GoKitChallenge.org. No hyphens, no spaces, no nada. GoKitChallenge.org. All the rules, all the expectations are there. We look forward to having a turnout. And that's all. Scott, try again. One more time. Do you have your Go Kit, or are you making Go Kit this year?
W5NGU.
I have a Go. Probably going to use that as our talk-in station. This will be the first year that we talk-in station to the Go Kit Challenge. We're going to use the 35.17 repeater W5NGU. We're going to use that one as a talk-in station to bring people to the Go Kit Challenge. And yeah, we'll probably have one of my Go Kits for that. Good to hear. At least I'm with the internet here. KGNG RTR.
WTF with a question.
Sean, I just pushed the trigger time. I started talking. Go ahead again.
One question about Go Kit. Somebody's asking us if you can enter multiple or all categories.
If you're multiple Go Kits, you know that is going to dilute your voting. So the way the Go Kit Challenge works is each entrant is given a red solo cup entry, and all of the participants are given 5 tickets. When you ticket, when the individual collects their ticket, write your call sign on it. So let's see, get yours and say, man, has got Go Kit. They're going to write your call sign KW7W on the F on that ticket and drop it in your cup. If you have more than one Go Kit enter in, that is going to dilute your voting hour, I could say. So my recommendation would be to own one Go Kit. If you enter a Go Kit if you enter in multiple Go Kits in separate categories, could that. So let's say you wanted to do the VHF, UHF, one of the 50 and over, one Go Kit in 50 and over, and then you want to have entered in the mobile category. There's nothing that says you can do that. So yeah, you could.
Make sure to make it second on. Pretty sure they heard everything. Thank you, sir. 7WTF.
All right, sounds good. For asking, I appreciate that. So, all right. We've made it to 3. The boys are happy. They've pushed it over the 4 o'clock hour, so we're good to go. Guys, wonderful. We'll look for NPC next day at the Irving Ham Fest. Should be a lot of fun.